Hi everyone, my name is Amanda. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So tell me, how would it make you feel if you started embracing your gray hair and suddenly people are applying the seniors discount to your bill without you even being asked? So we're going to get into that in just a second. If you are a returning video or viewer, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. And if you are a brand new subscriber, this is your time to hit that subscribe button. So if you're new here, I'm a gray hair influencer and I love supporting women on their gray hair journey. So I have tons of videos on here that you can watch that hopefully will help you during some of your transitional times and answer some of your questions. So anyways, let's get started and talk about the topic at hand. And first of all, I'm going to tell you why we're talking about this topic today. And that is because one of my viewers here on YouTube was a little bit embarrassed to ask the question in the comments here. So she connected with me on my Instagram account, which is a great way to connect with me if you have questions. So I am Amanda Silver Sister over on YouTube as well. They have that nice messaging feature so we can private message over there. And so she said to me, she wanted to know what I thought about the fact that she is 47 years old, recently embracing her gray hairs. Her whole life, she's been told that she looks too young to have the kids that she has. And since embracing her gray hair, and it sounded like to me, not once, but a few times, she has received the seniors discount when she's gone shopping. And this has really taken her aback and she didn't like it at all. And so I'm going to tell you, first of all, how I responded to her. And then I put it up on TikTok and I asked some comments there, or I put it up as a video up there, and I'm going to share with you their feedback. And then I want to explain to you why it's really important to me that if you've never commented on one of my videos, that this is the video that you comment on, and I'll let you know why I think it's so important in a minute. So my answer to this lady was, I think the very first thing she needs to remind herself is people that are in retail are often trained on these kind of things where they have to ID or they have to apply discounts to err on the side of caution. So if you don't know, you ID, and if you don't know, you apply the discount. And I think we have to remind ourselves that gray hair is a fairly new thing and it has a lot of aging connotations attached to it, or associations. People will see gray hair, and whether they've looked at you or not, they automatically associate it with someone who is older. And therefore, you have this young person on the cashier, she sees your white hair, she or he, whatever, they don't want to be offensive, and so they just give you the discount. And the weird thing is, by default, they're actually offending you if you're not a senior, particularly women. Men seem to love it. And they think, oh, I got a bargain, where women kind of can take it a little bit personally if they're not a senior yet. So I think the very first thing is just to remind yourself that they likely didn't really take very long to look at you, and it's just something society just associates. You see white hair, gray hair, silver hair, you automatically assume that person is older. And also in retail, you are dealing with so many people in a course of a day. The other thing is, and I have worked in a restaurant before, so if someone is entitled to a discount and you don't give them the discount, sometimes you get a little bit of a backlash and people are quite annoyed with you. So they've probably just learned to apply it, and they probably give it out all day long. If I was working at Shoppers Drug Mart and I had the ability to give people a discount, I would give it to as many people as I could, thinking it was a good thing. So that's the first thing. And then I had some time to reflect on it, and I had another thing I want to add. So then I decided, I asked this lady, by the way, I told her, I'm gonna make a video about it, and let's connect with the Silver Sister community and see what they have to say. So I also put it up on TikTok and I asked them what they had to say. And the funny thing about TikTok, I would say 99% of them is just take that discount and run. Don't give it a second thought. And as we start to embrace our gray hair, one of the things that we do that tends to happen is you just shed the weight of the opinions of others. So whether someone thinks I look young or someone thinks I look old, I don't really care. As an influencer on social media, I am told I look beautiful 100 times a day. But equally, well, maybe not equally, but there are times that I'm told that once I was told I look like the Quaker oatmeal man. So if my value kind of waved in the wind based on if people told me I look beautiful or people told me that I look bad, I would really be a hard place to be in. But having said that, when you are starting to embrace your gray hair, this is a vulnerable time. And we are bracing for people to tell us that it doesn't look good. And we wonder ourselves sometimes if it doesn't look good. And if you have a demarcation line, I mean, sometimes it doesn't look good. So there are certain things, right? And it really depends on your taste and what you think. You know, the demarcation line is something that has really been normalized to me for so long now. I don't even think twice about it. But when I had mine down to here, I couldn't take it. So I went and dyed my hair. Like I bleached it, or not bleached it, but I got it lightened so that my transition wasn't so obvious. Now, if I could go back again, I would sport that demarcation line so proudly, because I know how quickly the grow ends up feeling like it goes by. So anyways, that's my first thing. And so TikTok is saying, don't worry about it. And then the other thing I want to talk about another layer of what I was thinking on reflection of it. And then I want to talk to you about why I really want you guys to leave a comment on this video and why I think it's so important. So the other thing I was thinking about is we really have to be careful on who we give our value to. And I think I've mentioned this in a video before. And this is not in any way a criticism, because I think we are all guilty of doing it. It can be from when we're 20 and we're walking down the street and we're getting cat calls, even though that is a mortifying experience. If I'm honest with myself, it boosted my ego every single time it happened. I didn't think in that moment, who are these tacky people that are yelling this stuff to me, and why am I giving them more value over my own opinion? Didn't even think about that. It just boosted my ego and I felt good about myself. I think back as to when you're a parent and you're doing all this stuff and you are doing a great job, but if somebody criticizes your parenting or somebody compliments your parenting, it really can make or break your day depending on that. And so really we have to get to a point where if we love it, it's all that matters. And so then I was thinking another thing is that this lady could do if she feels like it. So as a gray hair influencer myself, I am often put front and center in the conversation about gray hair. And I am asked to advocate about it in certain situations, and I gladly do that. So if this is something that's bothering you, I was thinking next time it happens, look at your bill and nicely go back and say, excuse me, I just wanted to let you know that in fact, I am not a seniors, and I've noticed I've been getting the seniors discount here a couple of times. And I'm feeling a little bit bad about it. Now you could say I'm feeling bad about receiving a discount that I'm not entitled to. I think I would go that way. I don't think I would be really vulnerable to the lady at the cashier or the gentleman at the cashier that you're feeling upset about it or offended. But if you just said like, I'm not a senior and I keep getting this discount, maybe you're going to provide them with an opportunity to explain to you why they've been applying the discount. So it could be that they say, oh gosh, we see anybody that looks around 50 and we give it to them. Or it could be, oh, I just saw your white hair and I was so confused. I didn't think you were. Like, there may be an answer that is going to really, if it's bothering you, it might take that away in just a simple conversation. So those are my thoughts on, what you could do in that situation and handle it, and maybe how to think about it. And so I mentioned that it was really important to me that you guys leave a comment on this. So I want you to comment if this situation has happened to you and how it would make you feel. If it hasn't, just kind of think about how you think you would feel about it. And I really want to put so many comments in here so we can have a great conversation. I want this lady to be able to chime into the comments and not to feel like she's standing out, to just blend into the conversation. I really appreciated her vulnerability to come in and reach out to me privately. I thought that was awesome. That is the best thing about the Silver Sister community, is we are really here for one another when we are questioning and doubting ourselves on our gray hair journey. There's been so many communities that I've been a part of over the years. So whether it's been, soccer moms or whatever, like I can't even think of things around my work, things you do, and that you have community there. But the Silver Sister community has been such a supportive and encouraging group of women that I really want to do this and provide this for this lady. Let's give her the answers, what she thinks. And here's the thing, I am just one person's opinion. So I'm curious if people disagree with me or it is offensive to them, if she should say something, if she should just take that discount and run, which is probably what I would do. And why is it that you think that usually men are quite tickled by the fact that they get an extra discount and women are so offended by it? So anyways, I'm so curious to read your comments on this. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube account. Thank you to this viewer who posed that question to me, and thank you for letting me make a video about it. Anybody else, if you have a question you want to ask or you want to have a conversation like this about something you're interested in, leave it in the comments below or private message me on my Instagram, which is Amanda Silver Sister. I'm happy to connect with you that way. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend and we will talk soon.